will learn the chapter how do organisms reproduce. So first understand the term organism and reproduce. What is meant by organism and what is meant by reproduction. So let's define organism. Organism word is used for multicellular organisms, unicellular organisms, bacteria, virus, fungi, humans, animals, insects, reptiles, amphibians, fishes, birds, to all the living organisms, plants also. So to all these things, all these living organisms, we refer the word organism. So all living organisms will reproduce. All living organisms, not one. Those who are having life, it is having life means it is reproducing something. It is reproducing the same offspring. That we'll understand now. Now let's understand the term what is meant by reproduction. So let's divide this word reproduction. So re means again. Production means making. So let's define from this word what is meant by reproduction. It's very simple. So reproduction means making something again. Making something again. So let's understand the definition now. Let's get deeper. The same definition we'll understand with these terms. Reproduction is the process of reproducing offsprings that are biologically same or similar to the parent organism. See these underlying terms. Reproduction is a process of reproducing offsprings. What is offspring? So reproducing the same organism, the same structure. That is nothing but offspring. Okay? That are biologically same or similar. They are not saying exactly same. They are saying that is same or similar to the parent organism. Let's say this with an example. See, if you take a mango tree, that mango tree, you will get mangoes, and inside the mangoes you will be having a seed. If you plant that seed, which plant you will get? Which tree you will get? You will get any other different tree? No, you will get the same mango tree. Can you see that both are in same shape? Same shape, same number of twigs, same number of leaves, same number of mango fruits. For example, this tree is giving 100 fruits to you. Build the reproduction of the same mango tree. So you have taken the seed from this tree and you have sown in it soil. Then you got another tree. Will you say that it will also give only 100 fruits? We can't say. It may give more than that or it may give less than that. But both are similar. Both are belongs to the same species. Both are belongs to the mango tree only. And that too. One more example we can see in human beings. So if human beings can give birth to human beings only, they won't give birth to monkeys, donkeys. They won't give birth to monkeys or donkeys, right? They will give birth to the human beings. Will I look exactly similar to my mother? Will my face look exactly similar to my mother? Not only me. You can see your face in your mirror. See and check yourself. Will you look exactly same to your parent copy like your Xerox? No, right? So that is the thing. That's why here they said that same or similar. Similar means human will give birth to human. Animal will give birth to the animal. Okay. Mango tree can reproduce a mango tree. Okay. Right. So how they will reproduce? That is our next concept. See here the term biological. So the biological reproduction is the process of reproducing offsprings that are biologically same or similar to the parent organism, right? Then, now this reproduction process also involves lots of energy of the parent organism. So what is involved in this process? It will take lot of energy. It will consume lot of energy. Now the next question is, so this is all good, but why do organisms are reproducing? So it is taking, even though it is taking lot of energy, it is not an easy process. It will take all biological chemical reactions inside the body. It is a big process, and that too is not same or similar. Then why the animals or why an organism is going to reproduce? The answer is simple: to continue the species. To continue their species in this existing world, an organism is going to reproduce. That means, for example, all the living organisms will have a limited time. So limited time to all the living organisms. How you can see? See, every living organism have death. So we can say that we are immortal. So I can live the whole like this in this existence. I may be having a limited time, valid period, right? I can live till 100 years or 50 years or 60 years or nearly 30 years. I don't know. Even not only me, for a plant, for an animal, for a microorganism, for everything is having a limited time. It can survive only for a limited period of time. Then what will happen in the next existence? So if all the organisms are having died, then for is there. Let's assume that the age of this monkey, that birth time of this monkey is 30 years. It will die after 30 years. Then if all the monkeys died at 30 years, will we see monkeys now? No, right? We can't see them. So to reduce this, it want to increase the species. It want to show their species to the existing world, the continuation world. So the answer is simple. Why do organisms reproduce? To continue their species. So we know that some life processes, basics which are required, we learned in previous chapters. Those are nutrition, transportation, respiration, then excretion. So we learned that without these processes, without food, we won't get energy. Without blood circulation, the heart will not work. That is one life process. If heart won't work, even in sleeping also it will work. If it won't work, we won't woke up in the next morning. Then respiration, you know it. Then excretion. Without these basic life processes, we cannot live today. And reproduction is not a basic life process. Without reproduction also we can live and we can exist in this world. Without reproduction also we can live. Then why they are doing? Why it is taking a lot of energy? It is not a basic life process like this. Then why an organism is reproducing? So you can take the example of coronavirus. See, COVID is increasing its number just because to have its existence in this world. So to continue their species. Animals want to increase their animal numbers. Humans want to increase their human numbers. So the answer is to ensure the continuity of the species. Till now we have learned that why do organisms reproduce. Now we are going to learn about how do organisms reproduce, which is our major chapter, and it is an important chapter, you should learn it. So why do organisms reproduce? We have learned that. Now we have to understand how do organisms reproduce, what are the mechanisms they use, and what are the modes in reproduction. So modes of reproduction, there are two major modes. One is sexual mode of reproduction, the other is asexual mode of reproduction. So only one point you remember here, we will learn in further classes. In sexual mode of reproduction, two parents will involve. Two parents are required for sexual mode of reproduction. And in asexual mode of reproduction, only one parent is required. Enough. Then, so now this all will start in only one small part of a cell. So we already learned that in cell, in a eukaryotic there are some thread-like structures are there. That thread-like structures, we call them as chromatids. In that we will be having chromosomes. In that we will be having an information to pass to the next generation. How to copy a cell to the another cell. See here, that part we call it as DNA. DNA is there in the chromosomes. See this point? Chromosomes in the nucleus of a cell contain information. What information will be there? For the inheritance of features. What features should come to the next generation? So eyes, similar eyes or similar nose or features. How I look like, my kids will look like me, right? Look like me. They are not same. You can't see the same person like me. You can see similar to me. So why two parents will involve them. Okay, this we'll discuss later. See, for inheritance of features, this DNA will be helpful. This DNA will give the information what feature to go to the next generation. Not only in humans, in all type of organisms. As we discussed, what is an organism? I hope you all remember that. So, to all type of organisms, DNA is the major one and which is the important one where it gives the information source for making proteins. So here, no biochemical reaction is absolutely reliable. This you should understand. What is reliable? See here, now the content which I tell you here, the same you will reproduce, but you won't use the same terms. Concept will be same, but you won't say this exact way, the same line, same thing. What I do now? If not only this, the story. So if I tell you a story, you will listen it, you will understand it. Then if I ask you to repeat the story, what you will do? You will say in your own words. You won't say the exact, like what words I use, how I have told, the same you won't repeat. So not only this thing, like in biochemical reactions, no biochemical chemical reaction is absolutely reliable. Nothing is reliable. Slight change will be there. Not only slight or more, we don't know. Change will be there. Even though the DNA will make a copy of the same one. So parent organism will be having the DNA, right? This DNA will make another. One here, one here. So it will replicate. Even though it can't be the same. Parent and daughter, one will not be the same. Slight difference will be there. This we call it as variation. This variation. So what is variation and variation, how it is helpful? Will it be helpful? Like changing this modifications, is that helpful? Yes. These variations are very helpful for the evaluation of the species. See, if modifications are happening, the new species will accumulate themselves to the present modifications according to the present temperature. For example, in olden days the temperatures and everything will be different. In nowadays the temperature and everything will be little different. Okay, so we accumulated ourselves, we inbuilt ourselves for this weather conditions. Right. So how this happened? Due to the variations in our DNA. This inbuilt tendency for variation during reproduction will be very helpful for the process of evaluation. This is the concept which you have learned today. Let's recall at glance. We discussed that what is reproduction, why do organisms reproduce, how do organisms reproduce, what is a major concept where reproduction starts. We discussed these points and we also discussed that what are the variations